All right, good morning, everyone. Excited to be here. Thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and again, we'll start on the floor today. Grab a pillow, bolster, anything to prop you up. Awesome. Okay, so we got some full body request, shoulder request. Again, reach out at any point with any questions. We can always adapt. So let's start with the bottom of the feet together today. Good. And so we're just getting into the hips, the pelvis, the glutes. And see if you can spread your feet wide, spread those toes wide. Open your feet like a book. Good. And then we just want to release from that inner groin towards your inner knee. And then release from the inner knee towards the outer knee towards the hips and glutes. So see if you can use the pressure of your feet to not only release and extend wide across the front body, but then start to tone and contract across your glutes. Awesome, beautiful. And soften the belly. So ideally there's an opening, a releasing in the front groin, and then a strengthening, contracting in the glutes. So see how strong you can make those glutes, and the pressure of the feet really helps. And see if you can tone your hips and your glutes equally, evenly. And you might get to the point where you start to feel that percolating, that shaking in through your glutes. We do want to work through that, build up to that. And so you can get a lot of deep pelvic work and just working through that toning. Good, nice deep breath. See if you can inhale through your nose. And fill up your rib cage, your lungs, your chest, your armpit chest. And see if you can breathe into new spaces. Good. So go ahead and pause at the top of your breath. Inhale, pause. Exhale through your nose. Try and do a smooth, steady breath. Pause at the bottom of your breath. Hi, Sandy.
Morning. Sorry I'm late.
You're good. Welcome. We're just sitting on a bolster or a pillow. Good. So we're still going with that widening of the pelvis, releasing of the groins towards the inner knee towards the outer knee towards the hip. Still toning those hips. And for sciatica, this one is also really important because we're starting to tone the muscles around the sacrum that hold the sacrum in place, which then impact the low back as well. Good. And just notice, does it feel different on your right hip and your left hip? Is one side tighter? Is one side stronger? Is one side easy to access muscles? Just being aware of it. And again, we're holding this for a while so that we can get back to that balance, that homeostasis, because if you're like most people, where most of us hold on one side or the other, grip one side or the other a little bit more. So we want to learn how to tone the side that we don't use as much and relax and release the side that we overuse or that we use more. Good. Beautiful work. And keep going with that toning. And just go ahead and observe, bring your mind, your awareness into your pelvis. Are your hips speaking to you? What are they saying? Can you start to feel the toning across the back of your pelvis, across your sacrum? Can you start to feel that activation in your glutes? And go ahead, you can even feel your glute muscles. Feel the left glute, feel the right glute. Do they feel equally toned? Is one side really working? Is one side not working so much? And again, it's just awareness and feedback so that we know where we can start working. Another deep breath. Inhale to the top of your breath. Inhale to the top of your head. Nice posture, TC. Good work. You're working on that spine. I love that. So let's all be like TC right now. Let's elongate our spine. Let's get taller. It's always, yeah, beautiful. It's always so beautiful when you see someone sitting tall, standing tall, activating their spine, opening their heart. And keep finding those hips. Even as we're elongating, we're getting taller, we're broadening wide across our chest so we can bring more breath, more life force in. And keep going with that gripping toning of your hips, your glutes. Good. Reach out the top center of your head. Lift that heart upwards and forwards at a 60-degree angle. As though you were on a string, on a hook up towards the ceiling. Lift. Beautiful. And we're going to keep going with this because the body now is starting to release at a deeper level. Starting to let go at a deeper level, starting to activate different new muscles at a deeper level. And this is a great way to find your center as well, because your feet are pressing towards the center. Your hips are engaging towards the center. All of that starts to stack and align your spine towards the center. And once our center spine is aligned, it actually starts to balance out the brain. Good. Soften the face. And let's see if we can work on that brain balancing even more. So align your center forehead with your center nose, center chin. Front of the face is parallel to the wall in front of you. Eyes are soft. Good. Keep going with that pressure of your feet. Keep going with the toning of the hips. Smooth breathing. And then we're going to exhale, soften, relax, release, let go of that toning all through your glutes. Let go, let go. And then you're going to slowly use your hands to bring your knees together because you just did big work, big pelvic dissection. Awesome. And go ahead and bring that left foot straight on out. Right knee hugged up close. And we're gonna keep working, getting in that center body. So go ahead and move that left glute tissue out of the way. Start to get that internal rotation of your left thigh and your left hip. Great. And so we're gonna activate this left leg nice and strong. Go ahead and reach through your toe tips. Can you spread your toes wide? Can you spread all 10 toes wide? Can you extend through those toe tips so we can start working on the nervous system? Then see if you can broaden and spread the bottom of your foot wide. Wider than you've ever extended your foot before. I'm always so impressed with my little niece. She's like 18 months. She has the most broad, strong feet because she loves to run around barefoot. So getting back to that, I'm always like, oh, that's what our feet are supposed to look like. Like we want them wide, we want them broad. Good, beautiful. And you might even start to feel some gripping or some that toning across the bottom of your foot. Just try and work through it, try and work through any sensation that comes up. But we do want to rewire, repattern. And it does take quite a bit of rewiring since most of us are used to wearing shoes all day throughout our lives. We wanna get back to that pliability and that strength in the feet. And then reach through your inner heel. Reach, press through that mound of the big toe, the ball of the big toe. And we can get so much work done in our ankle, our knee, our hip, just by working on the feet. So we're gonna focus a lot on that today. And again, see if you can spread all 10 toes wide. Yeah, and just to make sure everybody remembers the ball of the big toe is that mound, that ball that you walk on. So keep extending through there, pressing through there. Reach through that inner heel. And then when you feel like you cannot expand your toes any wider, your foot any wider, go ahead and keep that action and lift your right arm up to the ceiling. Lift up, extend, make that space in the belly and the side waist. Go ahead and square your chest with the front of the room. And keep that activation in your left foot. And bring that activation all the way through your left leg. So engaging the front of the knee to the back of the knee, the front of the thigh to the back of the thigh. Engaging those quads. And did anybody lose the spreading of your toes? Try and focus on other things. See if you can come back to that. I did, I lost that spreading. So keep those toes spreading wide. Good. And keep that leg activated and charged. Face soft, spine tall, spine long. And then exhale, coming, reaching forward, just to the inside of that knee. Good. And so on this one, rather than trying to go really far forward, just see if you can lengthen through the back of your neck, lengthen through your spine, reach out the top of your head. It's more that length we're looking for. And smooth, deep breathing. That left hip might be talking to you. Might be feeling some of that aching, grueling. That's a good thing. Keep those toes spreading wide. And see if you can tone in through the outside edge of that left hip. So outside edge of your left hip is rolling towards your inner groin. Good work, beautiful. And go ahead and continue to find that strength of your spine by pressing your right foot into the ground and elongating your spine, taller, longer. Keep lengthening. And even though we are apparently, it looks like we are just sitting here, we are activating the whole body right now from head to toe. So yeah, keep reaching through those toe tips. Keep extending through the top of your head. Breathe in through the belly, breathe in through the chest. And the entire left leg is toning. You might just start to feel it in different places throughout the leg and through the knee joint, and through the hip, the ankle. And you're engaging the muscle to the bone. So imagine your entire left leg, the muscle is engaging towards the bone. Smooth breathing. And exhale, come on up. Good job. Keep all of that great work you just did. And go ahead and swap the legs. Draw the left knee up, right leg out. Heel is just right under your sit bone. And again, we're going to move that tissue away from the right glute. Get onto that inside, innermost edge of your sit bone, front edge of your sit bone. And let's start with the feet again. That's our foundation. So spread through those toe tips, getting them wide. Try and lengthen your toes. Press through the mouths of your big toes. And if anyone deals with like prolapsed or pronated ankles, overdeveloped or underdeveloped arches, just working in this way starts to develop those arches and strengthen those ankles. And then we want to roll from the outside edge of your hip towards your inner groin. And start to engage your entire right leg. So muscle to the bone, contracting towards the bone. Draw the front of the thigh to the back of the thigh. And does anyone notice a difference from side to side? Like, is one side easier to spread the toes than the other? Right? Is one side easier to activate those muscles than the other? We're just seeing where we gotta work. It's all good, it's just information. So keep reaching through that inner heel, mound a big toe. Spread those toes wide. Keep pressing through the mound of your big toe. And inhale that left arm up nice and tall, make space. Breathe deep, elongate. And keep that activation of your right foot. Toes spreading wide. Chest is square. And just see how much space you can make, you can invite into your body. Breathe in through your organs. How much oxygen can we bring to those organs? And remember to keep engaging that right leg nice and strong, muscle to the bone. And exhale, draw that left arm down onto the inside of your knee. Reaching towards that shin bone or that ankle. And again, the goal here is just to lengthen the spine. So find your innermost sit bones. Roll onto the front of your pelvis, the front of your sit bones. Keep spreading those toes wide. See if you can spread all 10 toes wide. Pressing through the mounds of your big toes, your inner heels. And then go ahead and press downwards with your left foot into the floor so that you can extend upwards through your spine. Press downwards to extend upwards. We do need those deep roots, that strong foundation in order to have those tall branches. Keep going with that. Keep pressing down with your left foot to extend taller. Smooth breathing, inhaling through your belly and through your organs. And again, keep activating this right leg, muscle to the bone. And this will also work all the way across your low back, your sacrum, your hips, your pelvis. Really toning in through those hips. Gets into low back, upper back, shoulders, neck. Smooth breathing. And then exhale, come on out, come on, release. Good work retraining the fibers and the way that they adhere to the bone. That's what we're working on. Draw that right leg up. Go ahead and put the center of your feet together. See if you can align those big toes. See if you can align your heels. Spread all those 10 toes wide. And again, just notice, is one big toe being mischievous? Is it trying to veer off from the center? Or both? How about your heels? Go ahead and just start pressing through the inside edge of your heel, your center heel. And as you do that, that is going to tone and activate up through the thighs, the hips, the pelvis. And it is a very subtle process. Just see what you distinguish, see what you find. But is it easier to press on the inside edge of one heel than the other? And if so, can you really activate the side that it's harder to do? So that's where we want to develop. Good. And then those knees can come towards each other. Keep that pressure of your inner heel reaching down towards the floor. Especially if one side is more difficult, especially if one side is harder to make that contact, that pressure. And then inhale those arms up, palms facing towards each other. Good, good work. Soften through the belly, inhale, get tall, reach through those inner heels. Good, can you apply more pressure to the inner heels, contacting the floor? Inhale, arms up, nice and tall, make that space. Keep pressing through those inner heels. And again, that pressure will tone and activate all the way through your hips, your legs. Exhale, arms down. You can go ahead and just hug again, clasp the hands. And so here is a really good place to activate and find your pelvis, find your sit bones. So again, it's really subtle work, but it's a bit of a dissection or a puzzle piece that we're working on. Imagine that you're working on a puzzle and you're just looking for that one piece that fits in. So see if you can press through your inner heels. Extend and release through your inner sit bones. It's a completely different feeling once you find those inner sit bones. So keep searching for them. Put a flashlight on them. Extend through those inner sit bones. Like you're reaching through the pillow, reaching through the floor. And now that we're on the inside edge of our sit bones and it's drawing downwards, see if you can roll onto the front of your two sit bones. Okay, and then can you keep that? Can you roll your shoulders down your back? Let it flow off your back. Release any stress or tension that we may hold. Any weight of the world that we may hold, just let it roll off your back. Keep rolling those shoulders down your back. Lift your heart, lift your chest, lift that armpit chest. Make that spaciousness in your neck and your shoulders. It's like a waterfall flowing down your back. Okay, so add on. How much of this can we maintain and keep and add on at the same time? It's just a game, it's just a challenge. Let's see. So reach through the center top of your head, roll your shoulders back, lengthen the back of the neck. It's a strong, healthy posture. It's taking a lot of work. And now see if you can keep that. And see if you can find those inner heels again. Reach through your inner heels like you're pressing through the floor. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. The more you find it, the more toning you'll get through your whole body. Okay, we got the inner heels. Now can you keep lifting that heart open? Keep rolling your shoulders down and back. Keep going with the inner heels. Okay, let's add on one more thing. Can we get on the inside edge of our sit bones and the front edge of our sit bones? And it's like that puzzle piece that we were looking for, it all starts to click. We start to see what the picture is once we start to connect all those pieces. So reach through your inner heels, reach through your inner sit bones, roll to your front sit bones, lift the heart, spread the heart wide, roll your shoulders down your back, and extend nice and long through your spine, reaching through the back of the head, reaching out the top of the head. And it's a little bit of a balancing act. You might find you get a couple of the points at a time, and then one is hard to maintain. And then you get that one, and the other two sometimes fall away. But just keep going with all the actions as much as you can, bringing your awareness back to each piece. Sit bones, heels, spine. Deep breath, inhale to the top of your breath. And hold. Exhale to the bottom of your breath. And hold. Get taller, normal breathing. And see in these final moments of this posture, if you can just get your heart a little bit more open and that spine a little bit stronger, more activated, lengthened. Woo, doing good work. So as you can probably feel, keep going, those muscles, especially across the attachments of the spine, the pelvis, they're starting to adhere in a new way, in a different way. We're reshaping them, retoning them, giving them new habit patterns. And then exhale, come on out. Oh, anybody exhausted from sitting? Yeah, that was hard work. Okay, awesome work, you guys. And we're just gonna go on a simple cross-legged. We'll get into standing poses here in a minute. But go ahead, keep moving that tissue out of the way. Again, the only way we can have a really strong spine, activated spine, aligned spine, is if we can get on the inside edge of those sit bones and that front pelvis. So we're just gonna keep developing and cultivating that awareness, that habit pattern. But just feel how much taller you might be sitting already from all of the work that you've already done. And see if you can keep reaching through that inside edge of your sit bones towards the floor. So lengthen from the inside edge of your pelvis down through the floor. Again, it's like your roots. And then see if you can lengthen nice and tall, nice and long, reaching upwards. So again, roots reaching downwards, trunk, branches, extending upwards, extending long. And spread wide all the way across your heart. Soften your throat, soften your face. Activate that spine. And your palms can be facing up. That just helps to get the shoulders open more. Yeah, beautiful. So go ahead, just like we were really working on the feet today, see if you can extend through all 10 fingertips and broaden wide across your palms so that you feel like they're stretching, they're spreading, they're extending. And then just look anywhere that there's a whiteness or paleness or that's the areas that we want to start bringing blood flow and circulation in. So go ahead and look in your hands. Where can you see that there's more blood flow and circulation, more color, more redness? And then where can you see, especially along the joints, where it's paler, there's less circulation. So go ahead and extend through all of those points. And again, this is going to translate all the way up into your neck, into your shoulders, into your arms. So we want to bring that extension and start bringing that circulation all the way through. Palms up, heart lifted, reaching through those sit bones. I always thank my mama. I'm like, thank you so much for teaching me how to have a strong spine, how to sit up tall, how to stand up tall. Especially in those moments, you know, it could be at any age where you're, facing a challenge in any moment, just finding that inner strength, finding the strength of your spine. It's helped me through my most challenging moments. So tap into that. And then arms reaching forward. Spread those fingertips wide, keep spreading those palms wide. See, just go ahead, look, like where is there circulation, where is there not? It will be motivation to extend through those fingers more. Nice. So we're on the inside edge of the pelvis, and yet your glute muscles are drawing down towards the floor. Glute muscles drawing down towards the floor. And then how strong can you activate those arms? How strong can you activate the muscle to the bone? Can we learn to engage at that really deep level? And again, it's a cultivation. We just have to keep searching for it and looking for it, and then it clicks. It's like, oh my gosh, that's what that feels like. So keep going with it. Reach through those fingertips. There's more human potential. See if you can align your wrists, taking the bends or the kinks out of them. Reach through your pinky fingers. And can anyone feel as you find those inner sit bones, as you draw your glutes down, as you reach through your fingertips, a strength that starts to come through the activation of your spine, even just by reaching through your fingertips more. Tone those glute muscles. Okay, inhale those arms up, uncle. Inhale those arms up. We're warming up the shoulders now. Again, we hold a lot in the shoulders, so it's important that we work through it. Again, irrigating those fields. And now see if you can just tune into your chest, your heart. Can you lift and extend and broaden through your chest? So you're broadening wide from east to west. And you're lifting that heart more, extending upwards. And then we're drawing the glutes straight downwards. So extending north, south, east, west. And exhale those arms, palms facing up. Take those thumbs like you're hitchhiking back behind you. So you're rolling, rotating your thumbs back behind you. To roll and rotate your shoulders. Keep engaging, reaching through your fingertips. Again, we're activating the palms. Activating the hands. Keep getting that external rotation of your armpit chest, your arms. Soften the face, release the back of the neck. Roll those shoulders down your back. And now draw those front ribs towards the back of the room, while keeping the heart lifting. And yes, our hips are toning, our glutes are toning. And the body is just subtly, subtly coming into more and more balance, into more alignment. Sometimes you'll feel things just click in. It's like, oh, that shoulder finally went home. Exhale, arms down. Okay, good. So just sit with that posture for a moment. All of that hard work you did. Do you feel more of this opening across the heart, across the chest? Do you feel more of a toning in through your hips? Is it easier to sit up tall now that you've done all of that preparation and activation? And just keep going. See if you can keep going with that height, that length, that heart opening. And eventually we want this that we just worked so hard for to become our norm, to become our default mode. Because we've trained it so much, it's just, it is the norm. So keep going with it, you're repatterning the body, repatterning the brain, repatterning the nervous system. And I'm sure so many of us have noticed the difference that our posture makes on our emotional well-being, our mental well-being, our confidence, our self-worth, how we feel about ourselves, how we interact with the world, how we interact with others. So just keep tuning in for a moment. Remember this feeling, remember this heart opening. And let's keep practicing and working towards this. So again, this becomes the new norm, the default mode. Because we've just put in so many hours that it is. And again, draw those front ribs back to the back of the room. Spine tall, spine long, heart open. Sit bones engaged, reach through those sit bones. Face parallel. Shoulders rolling down the back. And one deep inhalation so you can really put this into your body memory, your cellular memory. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. One more. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Good. Normal breathing. Awesome. So keep that activation of your spine, of your shoulders, of your heart open. And let's make our way to standing. Nice work. It's like when you tap into your avatar mode. That true self, when that true self shines through. Okay, good. Okay, so see if you can keep that translation of everything that you just worked on. We did a lot in our pelvis, we did a lot in our shoulders and our heart. And let's see if we can translate everything we just did into standing. So those feet can be hips width apart, which is about 2 fists apart. You can even measure it out if you want to. Okay. So we're gonna keep drawing those glutes, those glute muscles down towards your heels. So again, like a river flowing downwards. You can imagine it. You can imagine the sensation of it. But those glute muscles are drawing straight down into your heels. Great. And that's a toning, that's an activation in itself. And then we want to find our feet again because that is our foundation. Everything is built upon the foundation. So our feet are going to impact our ankles, knees, hips, neck. So spread those toes wide. You can look at your toes if you need to. Talk to them. Come on, pinky toes. And see if you can get all 10 toes spreading wide. Reach through your toe tips. And then again, this is going to be a real toning, but you want to find the mound of your big toes. So the ball of the big toe. It's easier to feel if you have a harder surface floor. But either way, just see if you can press through and find that equal pressure through your mounds of your big toes. And again, it's so funny. Maybe you find the mounds of the big toes, but then maybe you lose your toes. So come back to the toes spreading wide. And then add in the mound of the big toe. And then see if you can keep both. Reach through the toe tips. Good. And just notice, can you feel more pressure on one mound of the big toe than the other? Is one side easier to find? And then keep drawing your glutes down into your heels. Glutes are reaching towards your heels. Good job. But don't lose those mounds of the big toes. Don't lose the toes spreading wide. And now the feet are broadening. Hopefully we're starting to find new muscles in our feet, new activation in our ankles. And it really just is a dissection where you start to go deeper and deeper and deeper inwards. Okay, so glutes reaching towards the heels. Toes spreading wide. Equal pressure through those mounds of your big toes. And now hopefully the legs are engaged at this point. But see if you can keep drawing that muscle to the bone. Draw the front of the quad, the front of the thigh, to the back of the thigh. Great. And now we're starting to bring that activation from our ankles to our knees, to our hips and our pelvis. And we're starting to open up that circulation through both legs. So keep going with it. Keep drawing the glutes towards the heels. Keep trying to spread those toes wide, trying to find those mounds of the big toes. Muscles engaged to the bones. And keep going with that pressure from the front of the thigh to the back of the thigh. Okay, good. So now we want to bring it all the way through the body. So glutes are drawing towards the heels. Tailbone is reaching through the floor. And now we're lifting up out of our pelvis, extending nice and tall. Now connect with your heart, that center sternum. See if you can lift that sternum upwards and forwards at that 60-degree angle. Keep going, keep going, keep broadening across the heart. Spreading the collarbones wide. Rolling the top shoulders down your back. External rotation of your arms. And glutes chasing down towards your heels. Great. Strong legs. Inhale your arms up. Good. Finding that length. Keep those legs really strong and active. Those toes are extending. Those feet are broadening. And you're making more space in your low back by drawing your glute muscles towards your heels. Drawing your front of your thigh to the back of your thigh. Sacrum reaching forward. And then heart lifting. And again, just with your mental awareness, face is parallel with the wall in front of you. Can you draw an imaginary line from your ankles to your knees, to your pelvis, to your center belly, to your center heart, and see if you can start stacking everything. Stack your knees above your ankles, your hips above your knees, your center belly above your hips, your center heart above your center belly, center throat, center head. Reach out the top center of your head. Release the back of the neck. Just a couple more breaths here. Find that full extension through your whole body. Reach through those fingertips and exhale, arms down. Uncle. Roll those top shoulders down your back. Beautiful work. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, hands on your pelvis. And we're just gonna start bending at the pelvis, but slowly, really slowly here. Because I want you to work from that intelligence of your feet. So spread your toes wide, press through the mounds of your big toes. Spread those feet wide. Press through your inner heel. Okay, once we have all that, you can start slowly leaning forward. Again, you're working from the intelligence of your feet. Toes wide. And then we're going to work from the intelligence of your sit bones. So you're reaching through your sit bones. Now work from the intelligence of your thighs. Draw the front of your thigh to the back of the room. Or engage that muscle to the bone. And again, come back to those toe tips spreading wide. And just bring it all together. Integrate everything you've connected with today, that you've learned today. So spread through the mount of the big toes. Reach through those inner heels. Reach through your sit bones. Engage the front of the thigh to the back of the thigh. And then heart is lifted, heart is open, chest is open. Lengthen the back of the neck. Reach out the top center of the head. And then just see how much awareness you can create in your body with that equal pressure of your right foot, your left foot. Imagine again that your legs are like tree trunks and your feet have roots growing through them. Your legs are lengthening. You have that firm connection through the floor. Pelvis is equal, pelvis is balanced. Inhale, come on up. Good work, good work. Keep going with that. Draw that right leg forward, left foot back. Oh, wow, we went deep today. Right leg forward, left foot back. Pressing through the feet, the toes. Pelvis square, chest square, shoulders square. Open the backs of your thighs. Good. And again, go ahead and draw your left glute muscle into your left heel. Good. Make space in your low back. Keep drawing that left glute into your left heel. Tailbone extending towards the floor. Really make some space in that low back. Front of the thigh to the back of the thigh. Heart open, lift out your chest, lift out the top of your head, get an inch taller. Good. Maybe you can feel that toning across your back. Open that heart more. Exhale, feet together. Right foot back. And again, just extend through those toe tips. Now we're drawing the right glute into the right heel. Keep going with that action. Soften the face. Activate the legs. Spread your toes wide, your toe tips wide. Draw your tailbone towards the floor. Keep going, keep going. Heart open. Chest open. Shoulders rolling back. And keep drawing your pelvis straight down towards the floor. Extend through those toe tips. And take that last extension through your whole body. So reach through your toe tips. Engage your legs. Tailbone reaching to the floor. Reach out the top of your head. And see if you can activate and tone. Yeah, activate and tone through the whole body. Extend through the whole body. Inhale. Exhale. Find that length. Extend through the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Find that extension. Woo. Bring the feet together. Oh my. Okay, coming back to center. Coming back to your seat, to your pillow. Towards the computer. Yeah. Okay. So just go ahead and feel through your spine. Let's get on those inside edge of our sit bones. Move that tissue out of the way. Get on the inside edge. Keep that spine nice and tall. Heart open. And let's just close it out with our palms together. Imagine that you have little weights on your elbows. Your elbows are reaching to the floor. Heart is lifting. You can close your eyes. Inhale to the top of your breath. Exhale through your nose. Inhale to the top of your breath. Exhale. Go ahead and send a gratitude out, one thing that you're grateful for. Let's give gratitude to our bodies. That we really got to work our spine today. Awesome. Thank you. Good work today. Did that class fly, or were you like, oh my God, how long are we gonna stay in this class?
This been a challenging week, so no, it actually
Okay.
helped me though, because it's been a tough week, but I didn't even really pay attention to the time, but it did definitely help me though.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
I agree with TC, but I definitely paid attention to the time because this was, oh wow, it was challenging, but we needed it. I think my Earth Angel Sandy said you were going to put us back together, right? And you did, you put us back together, thank God.
Ah,
You know, a lot of
shoulders.
percolating,
Ooh,
yes, a lot of
yeah.
percolating, and I could feel, my muscles adhering, like,
Mm.
you were saying it's supposed to happen. I mean, I could feel it. It was great. And
Mm.
I also want to give a shout out for my mom.
Oh.
Her sweet spirit is gone. She's gone now, but I thank her because she would always tell me to stand up straight, pull your shoulders down, tuck your butt in. She was always telling me that all throughout my life. So that's in my head consistently. And then with this work, it just brings it all together. So thank you so
Mm.
much,
Yay,
Coach
mom.
Rita, and thank
Yeah.
you, my tribe. Appreciate
Yes.
you guys.
It was a tough week of workouts, and I know last night, I think TCU even said it at the end. So yeah, I definitely felt a great release in my shoulders and the back. Yeah, I was really carrying back this week from all of this stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
me too.
And Coach Rita, well, actually, Karen, I wish I had someone to tell me about my posture like consistently like that, but it's amazing. Again, the teaching, but I actually feel taller. And I know you always you haven't asked yet, but I'm going to actually start focusing on the ankle. I haven't focused on my ankle because it's like the other muscle groups are taller, but my ankles are horrible. When I tell you, when I can walk up and down the steps, they pop. But when you had a spread, I can actually feel the strength coming with that. So I'm like, I'll tell you that every week so that I can focus on my ankles. So
Yes.
thank you, Coach Rita, for
Oh,
that.
I love that. Congrats. That's epic. Yay, beautiful.
So that was my takeaway, the ankle thing. That's my takeaway. That's what you always ask. So my takeaway today was learning about the ankles, like just stretching your feet, your
I love
toes, and things
that.
like that.
And the more awareness of that you can bring throughout your day, like every, I don't know, a couple minutes, a few times a day, see if you can spread those toes wide. Whatever you're doing, walking, any of it. I love it.
Awesome. And because people talk about me because like they pop so loud that it sounds like a firecracker or something, but I would always like turn my ankle. So the turning isn't good. I need to stretch my feet more. Wow, I've been doing it wrong the entire time. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's okay. And that stretch.
What about using those? What about using those things they use when you do a pedicure? If you put those things that go. I'm just
Oh,
thinking
yeah,
that would
yeah.
be like, even if you did that, a couple of times a day,
Yeah.
because that really does spread them. But if you're really
Okay.
focusing on them and focusing on the muscle, it's not just something else doing the work. You could actually be focusing on it.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
Yeah, definitely. Grab those pedicure things, spread your toes wide, and then actively work on it as well so that you're building that muscle memory. Both.
Okay.
Mhm.
Awesome.
It's as I
Well-
bought myself a package of spread toes, right? Or no, I didn't buy it. No, sorry. Someone had given it to me for yoga purposes, right? Because they said, but what they didn't know is that I have a web toe on 2 of my feet, right? So I couldn't put those on. I had to give them away. But that my daughter inherited them, and she said it makes a difference for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that. Definitely gonna try that.
Good work. That's huge. That's huge work.
Well, Coach Rita, maybe you were going to mention this, but I want to say I did the challenge except for one day. I did the challenge except for one day, and it was wonderful.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to attempt to incorporate that every day now. We'll see how that goes.
Love that. How'd that go for you, Karen? What'd you notice?
I just noticed my balance better.
Sweet.
Okay. And the strengthening in my thighs and my glutes and my entire leg. I mean, in my hands, oh boy, it just does wonders for my hands. So
Good.
it gets the blood circulating more in my hands. So that's something I feel I need to incorporate in my ritual, my morning ritual
Ooh, that's so good. That is
or
so
evening.
I love that.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank
speaking
you. I love a challenge.
Yeah, speaking of the challenge this week is spreading those toes wide. So whether you're doing it with those pedicure things, or even like right now, I'm just sitting here and I'm spreading those toes wide, and it is working into my ankles, into my lower legs. It reshapes all of that. So a couple minutes each day spreading those toes wide. That's the challenge for this week. Awesome. Anybody else want to share your voice today?
I was just gonna say that I found myself rocking. Like when we were standing in the last pose, I was like swaying a little bit more. So I don't know if that's kind of normal, like am I
I did it
engaging
too.
or
Me too.
but I felt like I was saying to myself, you're like the willow tree. You're strong, but you're flexible.
Yeah, and you're finding that inner balance because your muscles are shifting, your bones are shifting, you're shifting to a new center, and sometimes like one muscle will activate and then another one will. So it's good. You're coming to that activation, that center. It's great.
Found that holding my arms up for a long time was really challenging, but it felt so good after doing it. Like I already felt stronger in my arms. And I noticed that my left side is weak, it seems to be weaker. So it feels good to be able to challenge to get that balance,
Mhm.
towards that balance. And Karen, your hair looks amazing. I love your hairstyle.
Thank you, sweetie. Appreciate it. Wow. And one more thing I wanted to share. I've been walking like this all my life. I did dance, but I wasn't a ballerina or anything like that. But I did take ballet and all that kind of stuff. That's how I've been walking all my life. And remember you talked about it, and I've been attempting to walk like this. Oh my gosh. It is activating so much in me. It's like, wow, I should have started this a lot sooner. So thank you so much for that. So I'm intentionally walking like that now.
So, Coach Rita, so you can reverse anything that goes on, like my ankles, for instance, or like I'm pigeon toe, like my feet go the opposite way, so I can reverse that. Wow, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's that practice, that consistency. It just, even honestly, 2 minutes a day, we can start making huge changes, but it does take that consistency over time. Yeah.
Well, I won't say pigeon toe, I'll say knock knee, but still the same thing. You still can correct that.
What's that?
Like when you, like I won't say pigeon toe, but like like I'm bow legged, so I can correct that as well. I did not know that. Okay.
That's you. All right. We should work on that next time. Will you remind me?
I was gonna say, okay.
We
I'm
can
gonna start
put
seeing
any kind of strap for next week. We can work on the legs.
Awesome. Got 'em
Awesome.
upstairs. Thank you. I'm gonna say I didn't even realize like I should start like recommending that, but I'm gonna start recommending those things now, like every week.
Okay, sweet. Yes, do. I love
Cool.
it. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome work today. And remember that challenge, just spread, you can do it with the hands and the feet, but specifically the feet this week. And yeah, I can't wait to see you all next week and throughout the week. So keep up the good work. And way to stay consistent, way to show up for yourselves. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
See, Coach Rita, you look gorgeous as usual.
Yes.
That glow. That baby glow.
Got that baby glow. So fun.
Coach Rita, when you post your link next week, can you put a reminder for the strap, please?
Yes, I will do that.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Bye, Coach Rita. Bye, Paulina.
Thank you, Coach Rita. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Paulina. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Jenny.
Thanks
Love
for
you all.
Have a blessed day.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take